Hello. So you may have noticed that you've seen photos from people posting about this new line of Traveler's Notebook covers at Michael's, and of course that meant I had to go out and snag one. They have a couple different colors, but I chose this teal color. It's hard to see on my camera here. So this is the cover. It is $15, which is a pretty awesome deal. So I wanted to see what the hype was all about and see if it was worth it if you are looking into getting into a Traveler's Notebook system. So I'm gonna just unwrap this. You'll notice that there's a cute little charm on it and that it's a leather cord. So that's different than other covers. I'm just gonna slide this off. Now, initially, the feeling of it is very, very smooth. It's obviously not leather, but it is, I don't know how you'd call it, but you see it's pretty flexible. So you wouldn't have to worry about it getting too dinged up, I don't think. But here's the spine. And then on the inside, it's a felt, a velvety texture. If you can see the sheen on it, it's a velvety. Yeah, definitely not real leather, but it feels sturdy-ish, right? Especially for $15. And then on the inside, it comes with two of these inserts. And just so you know, the cover itself is 8.5 inches by 5.5 inches. And on the inside, they've done 1 and 2 elastic strands, but it's too short. So the second set of holes is too short for your typical insert. So they've got the one that goes all the way to the top. And these inserts are quite a bit shorter than the edge of the cover. They give you a white one and a craft paper one. And right away, I noticed that these are really thin inserts, right? So the cover, and then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you have like 14. Notice too is that they've also give you this elastic that comes to help you bind these two together. So if you don't have this or you lose this, you can only put in 1 insert unless you order another elastic band. Does that make sense? If you take this out, for example, it'll hold 1 insert or a really short insert with this other second band. But then you take the elastic on the second one and you can loop it right over so you can have a second one. That I'm totally failing at right now, but there you go. So these are really, really thin. I didn't get a chance to look on the inside of the other insert, so I don't know if they come in like a dot grid or anything, but these are completely blank. So the jury's out on that. If I want to compare how this houses some of my other usual inserts, I'll show you the size comparison. So this is the cover, and you'll know that I use the Foxy notebook in wide, so it's just a little bit, just a tiny bit shorter than that, but just as tall, nearly. And then I use the Cahier-sized, so if you use a moleskin or the large size inserts, they're just about the same size. And if I put that in here, yep, fits nice and snug. But you see immediately it starts to fill up. So no overhang, but then once you put in another book, so if I wanted to put in my May Designs book, even if I don't connect it, it starts getting full. So if you want to do 2 inserts, this will work for you. If you go around the front, and put the charm back in. So that is kind of a downside if you're used to the elastic nature. Like on my Foxies, it'll be an elastic around the front. That's what's different. So those are two of the large inserts that can go into here. This is the part where it's really appealing to use this notebook cover, is that it's $15. So with your 40% off coupon at Michael's, it becomes really, really affordable. So if you want to just start with 2 notebooks, that's perfectly fine, and it'll fit those 2, and then any more than that, it starts to get pretty full and crowded. And you can only put the elastic in 1 notebook until you start using that rubber band that they give you to connect additional notebooks. Have additional rubber bands, you can add a couple more. It comfortably fits 2. And at the store, I only saw this one size. So, if you're wondering if it'll fit a typical A5 size, I don't think so. So this is my Rhodia notebook. And once you put that in here, you can see there's quite a bit of overhang. And so this is the standard A5 size. Unfortunately, it would not fit that. The other colors that I saw a white cream, a brown, I think, a red, a pink. So there's some fun colors in there that might be worth checking out for sure. There's like 8 colors that they came out with, but I really love teal, so that's why I went with that. Again, for people who are just joining, this is the size difference between the Michael's inserts and a large. Yeah, it's worth, going in and feeling it, and if you have children who are starting to get into it, this could be a really great start. But this is their Recollections brand that you're so used to seeing at Michael's, and it's the only one that I saw. So if you're wondering if they had other brands and stuff that are of similar styles, it's just this one, and it does come with the 2 inserts. So it'll come with those inside, 1 of each. And then they sell 3 packs of the white ones and 3 packs of the craft colored ones for $5. So that's kind of an unbeatable price, especially if you're just starting out. It might be worth giving it a shot, especially if you have coupons. For those of you who are curious about the number of pages, there aren't that many. You can kind of see how thin it is. So there's about 28 pages, so front and back 28. And so if I had to think about whether I would keep with this system now that I've touched it and felt it, I will probably stick with my Foxy notebook covers and my Yellow Paper House May Designs inserts. So you can see the difference. You can hold so much more. I like the elastic piece of it. And the paper, I think, on the other inserts will hold up better. So honestly, I'm probably going to return this. It's not going to be something that's going to be in my personal collection, but I know that a lot of people are looking for an affordable way to start out, and I would highly recommend it in that kind of capacity. And again, with your kids, if they want to bullet journal with you or plan with you or have an art journal. This is a great idea for a side journal that you keep for your ideas and inspiration and that kind of thing. Or traveling, literally traveling with a small amount of space. When I looked, I did not see the elastic bands. So that just came inside of the journal itself, but I know there's a lot of Etsy and Amazon retailers that do sell the elastics so that you can add more notebooks. As someone said, you can comfortably put on the elastic and do 3, probably, notebooks. So there you have it. Put the cord around, and then tuck the charm back in. And there you are. Someone's asking if the only difference is the outside elastic. That is one very obvious difference to me. And then if you feel it, you can tell that it's not leather. But again, a great starter notebook. It's flexible, right? You can see that it bends pretty easily. But I would say it's sturdy enough to keep a couple of your inserts in. Next time, I'm going to talk to you about the Michaels washi tape that I just got. Hello, look at that watercolor. I haven't bought washi tape for a really long time, and I had to grab these. So next time, I'm going to be talking about how to use washi tape in your planner. So maybe you'll find me then. Happy Saturday!